I'm going to say this now. I was going to say it to the end of it. Pam Grier is famous because she's beautiful, first of all. But Pam Grier didn't mind walking around with her shirt off. Pam Grier did not care. I'm going alien, man. I'm going alien. I know a lot of people be trying to quote the movie and be laughing. I don't really find that funny. I thought it was just an okay movie. And now that I can't sleep, I toss and turn. Oh! Turn the car around, hit the record store. Went to the record store, got the cassette. That's right, I said cassette. And they got Stephen A. Smith scared. Stephen A. Smith is scared right now. This ain't the end. There's more to come. I'm like, damn. Yo, what up? It's the Ronnie Ray Show. We back with the segments again. The segments again, man. We coming with them. We got off my chest. ESPN Layoffs. We got remember the classics. We going on. We can't be stopped by the Geto Boys. We got random lists. And much respect, Pam Grier. So here we go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. First segment. ESPN laid off everybody. They get to the halfway point. They were like, June 30th, y'all asses out of here. I think they got all of them together. Everybody come and meet in the meeting room. Now, we got some letters to pass out. One of those letters, you're invited to the ESPN barbecue extravaganza for the 4th of July. The other letter, get your ass out of here, so pack your bags. So that's why I think that's what wound up happening, because they let everybody out of there. Who they wound up letting go? Who did they drop? Who the hell did they drop? They dropped my man Jalen Rose. They dropped Max Kellerman, Jeff Van Gundy, Keyshawn Johnson, Matt Hasselbeck, and they got rid of Steve Young. I'm like, damn. I knew they was doing the layoffs, that they were going to fire people, but I did not expect half of those. I didn't think none of those guys was going to get fired. I thought Molly Carroll was going to get fired because people don't like her. J.J. Redick, damn, a lot of people don't like him that much. I thought Malika Andrews was going to be gone. Even though I like looking at her and Molly, I thought they were going to be gone. People complain more about them. Richard Jefferson was going to get axed, and especially I thought Kendrick Perkins was out of there. As soon as they mentioned it was going to happen, I thought Kendrick Perkins was out of there. I don't want a brother to lose his job, but boy, he was pushing the envelope. I did the whole thing on him. He was pushing that envelope, man. So they probably too scared to do it. You put him in a headlock and throw him and power drive their ass. I don't know what he going to do. But yo, they didn't fire him. They said one reason they did the cutbacks because 10 years ago, ESPN had 100 million viewers. And nowadays, they got 70 million viewers. Yeah. Do you know how many sports shows are like them? Why would you're not going to keep the same numbers. Everybody got a sports show now. Y'all ain't the only thing going on. Matter of fact, they didn't even have First Take like that years ago. You probably had First Take Cold Pizza or whatever back 10 years ago. And then you had SportsCenter that reran itself for 12 hours. So it's like you ain't really see a lot. And also they saying they was overpaying these guys and they wasn't coming through. People wasn't watching for them. They were overpaying them. So they got rid of them to cut the salary. But they went on and bought the Big 12 baseball and basketball for $1 billion. The Big 12 is like third tier of conferences to be watching. And then they paid Pat McAfee $85 million for 5 years. That's more than they paid Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is the face of that network. And they got Stephen A. Smith scared. Stephen A. Smith is scared right now. This ain't the end. There's more to come. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I'm thinking I'm about to go see a movie or something. Wait, there's more to come. The sequel's coming next summer. I don't think they fired Stephen A. I don't think because he's the face of the franchise. They fire him, they own something else. They must really want him out of there. The layoffs, man, I'm not worried about those guys. I'm not worried about those guys because they can talk in front of a camera. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody can do a podcast. They got notoriety. I think Jalen Rose got things with his school. He's going to be working. Max still got boxing. He's cool. Jeff Van Gundy can go to an NBA team. He got all these years of experience. Steve Young can probably go to another network and do his thing. Matt Hasselbeck, he can teach at the local school that is around his neighborhood, the junior college. I don't know. But hey, I'm not worried about them working. I just want to know what they got all this money. You know what I mean? Like, we need to change up. Like, this is Mickey Mouse. This is Disney. They got money. Mickey Mouse got money. So I had to fire all them guys like that, put them on Front Street, man. But, hey, I'm not really worried about rich people losing their job because I need some of that money. Next second. All right, remember the classics. We going hip-hop today. Hip-hop, July 9th, 1991, the day after my birthday. I turned 16 years old. My guys from Houston, Texas, 5th Ward, Geto Boys, dropped their 3rd album, We Can't Be Stopped. First time hearing it, me and my homies were coming from the gym. and we're riding home. I'm in Chicago, so WGCI, like, we got this new track by the Geto Boys. I'm like, the Geto Boys on the radio? Because I had their first album. I'm like, what is it, on the radio? And then it came on. I sit alone in a four-corner room staring at candles, and we like, what's this? And now that I can't sleep, I toss and turn. Like, oh! Turn the car around, hit the record store. Went to the record store, got the cassette. That's right, I said cassette. Got the cassette. We can't be stopped. Now, let's talk about this album. Album cover is epic. It will never be duplicated. It's the most unique and probably one of the greatest album covers of all time. The album cover has a story behind it. Mr. Bushwick Bill got so high and drunk, he decided to shoot himself in the eye. And he did. But he didn't die. He went to the hospital. The Geto Boys showed up. Willie D, Scarface showed up. They pushed him in. It was the gurney or the hospital bed, whatever you want to call it. They pushed him. And they walked down the hall, and the guy, the photographer, like, man, take the bandage down. Let's see it. And as they walking him, the photographer take a picture. Pow! They said, this is the album cover. Like, what the fuck is that? If anybody does that again, they straight copy it. Another thing about the Geto Boys I like, this is 3 of them. And with this album, it's 14 tracks. They got an intro, and all 3 of them did 3 songs. So that's 10 tracks. And then they did the other 3 together, and that's the album. They could do that in 2 weeks. It shouldn't take them long to do that. My favorite tracks from each one of them, the individual tracks that they had, my man Willie D. Willie D, though. I'm not gentleman. Ladies first. Who the fuck made up that shit? 9 times out of 10, he was a bitch. This motherfucker don't care about nothing. Y'all know him for the podcast. Somebody's like, is that the dude? Who is he? I'm like, you don't know who Willie D is? I just know he do the podcast. Willie D's a legend. Bushwick Bill, other damn level the game. Boom, 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 boom. I'm fucking 2 of the baddest bitches around, G. This go, little dude went hard on that. Everybody probably picked the Chucky song. Look at that Chucky song. Fucking other damn level. Scarface with another nigga in the morgue. Let me get down when I rocked up. Duh. She didn't got no drums in it, man. Put some fucking drums in the music so I can get down the business. Man, you be on it, man. And you know the favorite group song on the album's gotta be Minds Playing Tricks on me. Day by day is more impossible to cope. I feel like I'm the one that's doing dope. Come on, man. Lyrics and bars, man. Lyrics and bars from Brad, man. Brad Jordan, a.k.a. Scarface, a.k.a. Action Love. One of my favorite groups of all time, man. I love it. And the impact these guys got, man, come on, man. Willie D became, a big name in hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Willie D like, man, I don't even need y'all. He left the group. I'm like, I'm hot. Bushwick Bill became damn near crossover. So because of his verse and Mom's Playing Tricks on me, this year Halloween fell on the weekend. Me and Geto Boys that trick or treat, and they play that song every fucking Halloween. That shit is up there with Thriller. No one Halloween song. When he popped up on Martin, this dude was just everywhere. You start seeing he popped up on the Chronic. Bushwick Bill was everywhere. And Scarface, come on, man. This album, he already had his first album. The Scarface is back. But he did this. That skyrocketed, dude. Because we were waiting for his next shit, and he dropped it. The World Is Yours and whatever, The World's Mine. Did that, The Diary. Scarface became the king of the South after this. So, Geto Boys, man, we can't be stopped. One of the greatest rap albums. One of the greatest rap groups of all time is the Geto Boys. So, if you ain't heard it, you need to hear it, though. Listen to it. Because this year, Halloween fell on the weekend. Me and Geto Boys that trick or treat in. Go hard, man. Next segment. All right, here we go. Random list. Random list this time. Favorite movies, sequels that was better than the original. Now, I'm about to get a whole lot of flack for this, but I don't care. Because it's my list. If you don't like it, make your own. Number 10. I'm going Aliens, man. I'm going Aliens. You know what I'm saying? Aliens. The original was called Aliens. But this was called Aliens. I know a lot of people be trying to quote the movie and be laughing. I don't really find that funny. I thought it was just an okay movie. I thought it was a decent movie for the time. I'm like, if I'm missing something, I tried to watch it again. I'm like, okay, I got it. But man, I love Aliens. Aliens and shit. It's all right. Number 9. Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars. I was a big fan of Star Wars when I was a kid, but when I grew up, I was like, it's all right. This is too much, Like, I'd never be the biggest fan of this thing. When they start doing them Comic-Cons and stuff, and you start seeing them people, like, I'm not a fan at all. But I like the movie, though. The beginning part when he's out there, and he cut himself down from hanging up backwards and shit, and then him and Darth Vader at the end, Luke Skywalker. Number 8. I'm going Austin Powers, man. The Spy Who Shagged Me. I'm going that was better than the original to me. I just think that was better movie. It was more focused on Dr. Evil, and Mike Myers was incredible in this one. Number 7, I'm going Terminator 2. And you're going to get the flack for that, man. But the Terminator 2, I digged it. You know what I'm saying? This shit was big. And I remember Schwarzenegger on Arsenio. It's got to be the biggest movie of the summer. He came on there and did that. I'm like, all right, we're going to see this. And it actually was the biggest movie of the summer. Like, that movie was dope. But I can only watch it so many times. It's not, I don't have rewind value on it. I can watch it, but it's like, after so long, like, I can probably watch it like twice. I can probably watch it one more time and be okay with it. Number 6, I'm going Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2, done with Tobey. I'm going to Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It got me on the trailer. I went to go see Passions of the Christ. I'm sitting there like ready to be all in Jesus. And I'm sitting there, I see the trailer for him, like, oh, I don't love you, Peter, or something. And then he looked, and then the damn car come flying through the damn window. I was like, what is this? And then I saw the movie. Man, that shit was bomb. That movie made me feel like a kid again. Number 5, I'm going Superman 2. Superman 2. I watch it now, it's like, yeah, the graphics is whack, but back when I was a kid, like, still to this, I can watch it, because Zod in that movie was the coolest fucking dude in the world. When he was at that bar, the girl, like arm wrestled dude and threw him to the ground, and that guy walked to Zod, was like, get your ass out. Man, that was the coolest shit I ever seen a villain do. Superman 2, he had to fight 3 guys. That's the first time I ever seen that. They made that shit seem real. Even though Superman was sweating under his arms for some reason. Superman ain't supposed to sweat. But yo, number 4, I'm going Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick. I say that's better than the original. You know why? Because I really didn't like the original that much. It was just a long-ass music video to me. I didn't know if they were shooting at each other for real or what. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, why is this movie so damn famous? Shit, I don't know what this is. But then when I went and saw Top Gun Maverick, it made me appreciate it more. Maybe because I was young and I really didn't pay that much attention. I didn't care about that flying. And Tom Cruise is like more famous than the film at the time. But this one, yeah, you got to see the body of work. All these years going into it, remember they had Tom Cruise yelling at the cast, like, you guys don't want to do the movie, you got to come and be ready. And I'm like, I got to see Tom talking shit. And Tom came through, man. Number 3, this movie is actually probably my favorite superhero movie to watch. Captain America Winter Soldier. Captain America Winter Soldier, that movie was better than the original 10 minutes in. 10 minutes in, it was better than the original. And I'm like, yo, when he came out in that movie after they were running, then they got on the plane, he jumped out with the shield on that boat, started fucking them up. I'm like, yo, this is way better than the original. And y'all know about the scene in the elevator, all that stuff. It was nonstop action. That was a guy movie. That was a guy movie. You need to watch that. Number 2, Godfather 2, man. Come on, Godfather 2. I haven't seen it as much as my family has. It's the greatest movie ever. Yeah, part 2 better than 1. But I stayed in the house like a weekend and watched them twice. Watched the first 2 twice. I was like, okay, I see what they talking about. It was kind of like the hype had paid off. Like kind of like when I told y'all I ain't listened to Illmatic until 2021 all the way through. It was like, okay, I see what they talking about. Honorable mentions, do I have any? None. I have none. I have none. So number 1, you know where we're going. Dark Knight. Dark Knight, action at the top. You see him on the corner with the mask in his hand, you know you about to be in that UNA world right away. Batman Begins started off slow. It started off real slow. I think it took probably like an hour and like 15 minutes before you saw him as Batman. So you have to go through this whole origin story. This film, they go right into it and it goes down. They went in. It went down. Heath Ledger's a legend. I've been being at the movie theaters for this. Every scene he was in, after the scene was over, people applauded every scene that he was in. I ain't never seen that in a movie theater. And it was made in Chicago. And when they was walking down the street, he walked past my old job. I was like, hey, that's my old job. So in Chicago. So yeah, Dark Knight number 1, man. So yo, that's my list. You got a better list. The sequel that's better than the original. You know what I'm saying? Add it down in the comments on the bottom, man. Get at me. Next segment. All right, much respect segment goes today to a beautiful lady. A beautiful lady. Born May 26, 1949. In Salem, North Carolina. The beautiful, the talented first lady of black exploitation, Miss Pam Susanna Grier. Pam Susanna Grier was discovered in Los Angeles in 1967 while working at a damn movie studio, American International Pictures. She was a switchboard girl. And when the director saw her, like Jack Hill, the director saw her, he like, you know what, you should be in pictures. You should be in pictures. Jack Hill got a good eye, because Pam is fine. Started working on movies like Big Doll House, Women's in Cages, Bird Cages. But she hit the Hitman. She was killing it, man. And then she started her own films, and that's when the epic shit started. Epic run started 1973. Coffee, Foxy Brown, Sheba Baby, Friday Foster. Come on, man. She was killing it, dog. I'm going to say this now. I was going to save it to the end of it. Pam Grier is famous because she's beautiful, first of all. But Pam Grier didn't mind walking around with her shirt off. Pam Grier did not care. Pam Grier, and I just watched some. Eddie Murphy like, that was the first time I saw titties. That was the first time he saw titties. He said, same movie theater he saw Dolomite in. He saw Pam Grier in there, and he was like, damn, this is the first time I ever seen something like this. My uncle and them had the video cassette. Come on, yeah, don't tell your mother. I'm like, don't tell my mother, watching the movie. And I saw why. I was like, oh, right at the top. She's just laying in the bed with the titties out. Top of the movie. Classic. You made us a man. You made us man, Pam. You made us man. Because Pam is gorgeous. And Pam, all the guys were trying to hit at her. She had all kind of boyfriends in the 70s. She was dating Freddie Prinze. She dated Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. She dated Richard Pryor. Pam slowed down a little bit, though. Because 1988, she was diagnosed with stage 4 cervical cancer in 1988. They told her she had 18 months to live. And Pam was like, we ain't doing that. I'm surviving. I'm fighting the movies. I'm fighting life. Pam got out of that, man. In the 90s, she came back. We saw her in Above the Law after that. She did The Fresh Prince. She did Martin. She did Mad TV. She did the Wayans Brothers. Then she goes back to movies, and she in Posse. She in Original Gangster. She in Mars Attacks. And In Too Deep. I remember that. Oh, my God, I'll kick your ass. I'm like, why you going to talk to Pam like that for, man? Quentin Tarantino saw her like, nah, you was a star in the 70s. Don't make you a star now. 25 years later, he threw in Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown. Classic Tarantino film. Put Pam back on the radar. Pam was nominated for a Golden Globe. Pam was that woman, man. Still out there acting. Still doing her thing. What made me think of it, I just saw a movie on Tubi called Cinnamon. It was a Tubi original. This is like, I think they're trying to do like Netflix and have original films. And this is one of them. And she was in the movie with Damon Wayans. Best thing about Pam Grier was probably one of the first women, probably in movie history. They're like, just kick ass. She was the hero. Because, you know, they always play women down, but she ain't care. She was out there fighting. That was cool to see. And also, again, she didn't mind taking off her clothes. And I'm telling you, don't disrespect Pam. I love you, Pam, if you're watching it. But that was one of your trademarks right there. But Pam was gorgeous, and she's still gorgeous. So, yo, much respect to Pam Grier. All right, that's it. We're done with this one, man. Comment at the bottom. Subscribe. You made this far, subscribe. Tell a friend. Do that, man. Do it. So shout out to Lawnmower, man. We coming back with some more. And remember, do it and it's done. I'll see you next time.